first of all, but does it stimulate hair growth too? Does it help hair to grow back, or is
It
that's not
doesn't.
a?
It doesn't. It doesn't affect the growth of your existing hair, and it won't grow new hair.
Mhm.
What it's used to do is just match the contrast of existing hair, or to give just a whole new hairline and a whole look of like a full head of hair that's been like shaved down closely.
Yes.
Um, is it permanent?
It is permanent. It is classed as permanent. It does fade after 3 to 6 years, and you can get touch ups, things like that.
Wow, that's great.
hmm
I didn't know. Does it hurt?
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. So
What
I've
could you
had
compare it to?
it's almost like a little scratching.
Mm,
So it's like really, really light. I mean, if I keep my customers busy by like sitting there talking to them, a lot of people don't even notice it. I've had one person had like a little twitching reaction, but he wasn't in pain. He just didn't know why he was twitching. It might have been like some nerve
yep.
thing or something.
The
like that.
anticipation.
Yeah, yeah, the nerve.
It's like
the
anticipation,
excitement.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Um, so how long does it take? Like if I went in to see you and how long would the process take?
So I bring clients in for a consultation so we can see how much hair loss they actually have. We go over a few things. There's 3 separate sessions. The first session, I build the hairline and I start conservative on the color and I don't add too much density. We use 3 sessions because it's like a build up process. You start conservative, lighter, that way you can match the actual contrast of the head and you build the hairline. First session's just a start. Second session, you add more density, you add more color. Third session, finished.
Nice, nice. Now, I'm just thinking, maybe I'm past wanting to get here. I just I took to the razor and I'm like the hell with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
But maybe 12, 13 years ago, if I were in that stage now, I think I would definitely would that's an alternative.
Why not?
Especially I did look at once we decided to do the show, I looked at some pictures and I'm like, man, that looks dope. It looks good. It looks like it's natural.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot better than the alternative to because I be seeing these dudes on social media, man.
Not
They
the
be putting
toupees.
they be putting the yeah they be putting the the how they take they put the paste on and basically like a wig. Like,
Fibers, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
There's a lot of solutions.
I for me myself, speaking for myself, I would much rather go that way. It looks like it's obviously would you say how long does it last?
It lasts 3 to 6 years before we like require a touch up.
3 to 6 years. All right. He just said 3 to 6 years. How long would it take for microfibers? How long, like once they put that on, what is the life expectancy?
It depends on what the wind is up there. If it's raining,
I was like, how's it gonna?
microfibers, they do have ones that you can adhere with like glues and things like that.
Yeah,
They have some that you just spray on the head too. There's a lot of different
Powders.
solutions out there.
I looked at the ones with the glue and I'm like, man, that looks like that's work.
They
I used
really
to do
do look
those.
good. It's the thing with those procedures is it's an ongoing thing. So if you're paying for like a toupee or things like that, they do look really, really natural. But it's like a money pit. It's like you might have to get that done once a month.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's maintenance.
a hair loss solution like this has less maintenance. It's a one-time fee. Besides having to get a touch-up 3 to 6 years later, which is nowhere near the price of the actual procedure.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just there's a lot of people out there that have come to terms with their hair loss and you know even after years and years, people are seeing this trend and they're like, they just want a different look. People want to feel confident. People want to have that hairline back again. So it really doesn't discriminate as far as the age. We've had people in their 20s, 30s. There's people in their 60s that are, they're inquiring about getting this procedure done. People that just want to change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you just touched upon cost. What is the cost of the actual procedure?
It all depends on your hair loss. So there is no flat cost. It all depends on your hair loss. What I do is I just ask people to come in for a discreet consultation, and we go over everything from there. I give people pricing. We go over their hair loss and kind of carry it like that. It doesn't have like a set price on it.
So basically, the balder you are, the more money it's going to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like a
But the
toupee,
more
right?
you may want it, like you said, the confidence and just being comfortable in your own skin, that
Yes.
changes a lot of. You can't wear a hat everywhere.
It
You
does.
know?
It really is a life changing thing.
Mhm.
I know people that are traumatized by hair loss. I've met so many clients that have been through so many issues, and it really is a game changer.
Mhm.
Well, as you said, confidence. Um, let's face it, hair is one of those things that um, I know with men, I'm sure with women too. Um, Once you start losing your hair, you become really conscious about it.
Yes.
You know, the barbershop chronicles of watching guys come in that got the George Jefferson look, and they just still want to be faded up. We're snickering in the background, but it's one of those things that they don't want to give it up.
Yes.
They want to hold on to, you see the George Jefferson phase, you see the comb overs, don't touch, hit the top, hit the sides, tape me up on the sides, but you don't touch the top.
Nope.
Nope. You get that all the time. And it's confidence. And a lot of people, I could say honestly, I can't speak for females, but a lot of the males I've seen it happen to. So something like like the scalp micropigmentation can give them the confidence in which they need
Mhm.
to not be subconscious about the hair loss.
There's like so many different areas too, as far as it goes. It's like it's used for, it's not just for bald people, but even like for people that have gotten hair transplants. Hair transplants can get really expensive. They're not a one-time thing. They're not guaranteed. But scalp micropigmentation almost goes hand in hand with certain types of hair transplants. They have a FUE, which is where they spot take the hairs, and then they have a FUT, which is like a strip. I don't know if I'm saying those backwards, but they're both really invasive. They have to one of them, they actually cut a piece of your scalp out and they harvest the hairs after the piece of your skin is off, and they take the hairs out singly. And that leaves a big scar. So scalp micropigmentation conceals scars. It camouflages the scars from the hair transplants. It also helps to add density to hair transplants. You can only insert the hair so close to each other, as naturally, people's hair is really, really dense. There's a lot of hairs in a square inch on your head. Hair transplants can't insert those hairs that dense. So sometimes you need that to add contrast to the head. There's other things. There's alopecia. Then there's other people that have scars from surgeries. A lot of those things are, people are self-conscious about those things. And it conceals and camouflages those things really well.
It's funny that you should talk about alopecia. So I've had a goatee since I was 16 and a half.
Mhm.
I experienced alopecia probably when I was 25 or 26. And it spooked me bad because I got it right around the area, like this area right here, right where the goatee would connect. And it was just a big spot, and I couldn't get it to grow. And then the next week I looked, I had a round spot up here, and then I'm like, what's going on here? Then I looked again, and I had a big spot up here. So I'm like, what, am I going bald?
It wasn't that simple when it happened.
Yeah.
Traumatized.
Yeah. I'm like, wait a second, I'm only 25, man. Stop it. No, hold on. Let's get a time out. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor referred me to a dermatologist. I had to go for treatments. And the treatments were basically, I had to go, I think it was 3 series that I went. and they gave you like these little, like it was almost like a not even like a pinch, and they were dipping this stuff in and doing this, and I went to three different times, and within 2 weeks, magically, but alopecia very real. And that's once again, I mean, like it took me, like I was like, wait a second, like my goatee was like my signature thing. I'm like, wait, hold on here. But then it started affecting my hair as well, and I'm like, whoa. So I had to go to the dermatologist, and like I said, a few treatments, and as luck would have it, it was cured. I know not everybody. Once I was given the consultation, the dermatologist let me know some are more severe than others.
Yeah.
So so depending on you, you might have to come to more treatments. But it's like we're gonna try and see. And as luck would have it, I did. It did respond positively, and I was back in action. I'm like, oh, I gotta go see again.
That's awesome.
But I had a few spots. I had one that was lower, like right around my ear, then like one that was right here, and then one right on the top. Um, fortunately for me at that time, um, I had no problem in shaving my head. Where I played basketball back in the day, it was always easier for me, especially during the warm weather, to just not have hair. So it wasn't traumatizing just to shave my hair. And here we are, people who knew me and hung out with me are like, wait a second, you're kind of off schedule. You usually shave your head like in June through September, and then once the cold weather comes, and it was cold, and I was like, yeah, no, I just was feeling something a little. And here we go, the self-consciousness, kicked in, and I didn't feel like explaining to everyone, like, yeah, this is what I have alopecia. But yeah, I can see what you're saying as far as alopecia. It affected me, and once again, back in the day, if it was an alternative, I would have definitely turned to it.
Absolutely. I worked at, when I got out of high school, same thing, like you, doing hair through school, proms, everyone making money. And when I got out of high school, I went to LeBaron here in New Bedford. And I just look at the transition of hair and how amazing. We would try to make a miracle out of a roller set with some woman with thinning hair. And then I worked at a spa where we had the hair studio. So the toupees, the glue, the special glue, the trimming, it looks great, but the maintenance is crazy. Like I feel bad for them. So we put them in a certain room, the hair studio, to try to make them, feel good, look good. But it was a lot of maintenance, where this is just unbelievable. If we had this, it's a no-brainer.
This is one of the only hair loss solutions where you get immediate results after the procedure. There is like 24 to 48 hours where you can have a little bit of redness, but there's not many hair solutions where you can have results immediate. And the crazy thing is, we do add like density to beards. We can build beards. Not everybody's blessed with having facial hair. Sometimes a lot of people want facial hair, they don't have it, and then people that have the beards wish they had a little bit less. It's kind of like a double-edged blade. But yeah, there's been a lot of people that have had beards built up too. The top line, a lot of people are missing spaces, and it adds density and gives you that fullness and that look, that sharp look that a lot of people are looking for.
Now, so we're talking. Is this for both sexes, male and female?
Yes.
So females can
females. There's a lot of women getting this procedure from, there's a lot of things, from stresses to the food you eat to the water you drink to what you shower in. A lot of women are getting that thickness in the temple area, in the crown area. And I mean, if you thought it was bad for guys, women won't leave the house. It's devastating. It really is. It's like the denial thing for a lot of people. It's like now there's more solutions out there. It's giving people a little bit more confidence that they can find a solution to what they're going through. So I mean, for me, that's where the real payoff is it's a lucrative business. It's something that I like doing because it's the art, but the way you make people feel when they see themselves in the mirror and realize they have a hairline back, or if you have a woman that's had issues from being able to see her scalp in certain areas, and you can blend that in for her, and it's like it really is a game changer. It just feels good to help people, you know.
Yeah.
I've always been in the business. I'm a real people person. And like barbering, it was always a payoff for me because I like to make people feel good. You know, but it'd be like you make them feel good and then they're back 2 weeks later in shambles, ready for you to bring them back. And it's like, this is that real satisfaction of helping somebody knowing that they're not going to go through that anymore. You know what I mean? They found a solution. It's not for everybody, but for those that it is for, game changer. Absolutely.
Now, is there any special leading up to the procedure? Is there any special things you have to do? Like you have to shave your head, or
well, we do recommend shaving your head down. Some people don't have that much hair loss, so there's people that actually have hair. They're just looking for a hairline restoration. So some people are getting a little bit of receding in the corners, but they still have a full head of hair. I never suggest to anybody that comes in with just a little bit of hair loss to shave their head. I mean, if you can keep what you have, keep it, because the procedure looks amazing when you go in between the hairs and underneath and add density and build hairlines. And it's just, so you don't have to shave your head. We kind of, it all happens during like the consultation, wherever we think, we'll be honest with you. You know, it's like some people want to come in, they have real long hair, but they have a lot of hair loss. It's like, we just suggest that it would look better shaving down. You know, a lot of people ain't open to it. We have different apps and different programs where you can show people what they'll look like having their hair shaved down low. So it's, you know, you don't have, it's not required.
So it sounds for you. It sounds like it. It sounds like it's meticulous.
It is.
So let's try to give the listeners some you know, a feel for, you know, what you do. And you know, say a male was to come in and he needed hair restoration of let's say he had a widow's peak and he wanted to come straight across. How long would that take you as, you know, the person doing the work?
On a first session or
on the actual process itself? Once you did the consultation and you've come to you've come to agreement on what you're going to do, how long would it take?
So on the first session, I would have them come in. If we already did the consultation, I would know the areas that we were going to be working on. They come in, we get comfortable, sit there and talk for a few minutes about the consultation, and then I'd get right into cleaning the client's head up, going in using, I have white eyeliner that I use to map off my area. Let the client get comfortable, and then I start mixing inks. I can already tell just from doing it a certain amount of times where I'm going to start, and I start a lot more conservative, so going lighter than their actual hair looks already. And then I get all my equipment ready, and we go in. They won't be finished on that session, but for something like a hairline restoration, usually takes me 2 sessions, not 3. So I'd say they'd be done and complete within 2 weeks.
Consultation is the biggest thing with it because everybody's different, everybody's head's different. So I think that's your biggest thing of where you actually need it and what they need.
Absolutely. So like when people ask for information, it's more like it's so the range is wide. So I always invite people in for the consultation. I can give so much information, enough to get them comfortable to want to come in, but it's so different for everybody. So it's kind of interesting to me because it always keeps me on my toes. It's not like every procedure is the same. Everyone is different. Every client I work with is different.
I wish. So we just had a comment. Somebody said satisfied customer, but it came up Facebook user. If you're listening, please type in your name in the comment below. It may have been somebody that you previously, you know, done work on before.
Awesome.
It said Facebook user. Chances are if they're not logged on onto the whatever, because I have multiple streams. If they're not, if they don't accept and follow the steps, like put your name in so it recognizes you, it won't come up with the name. But it's right there. If you look up, you'll see it says Facebook satisfied customer, whoever the Facebook user, whoever you are, type in the comments in your name. We'd like to know. So in regards to the process, it sounds like almost like tattooing.
It's similar to tattooing. We don't go as deep as a regular tattoo, and we're using different specialized ink that's made for the scalp. And we're using very thin cartridge needles. We use a couple pieces of equipment that a real tattoo artist uses, but the procedure's a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when I think of it and I look at it, that's what kind of reminds me. But it's good that you explained it, because a lot of people are afraid of needles.
Yeah.
And especially, people they'll have the phobia of getting tattoos because of the pain. But it's good that you clarified that so people know that it's not actual tattoo work where you're going to be bleeding and all that craziness.
There's no blood during the whole procedure. Like I said, we're only going into the first layer of the dermis. When you get a regular tattoo, they go really deep into the dermis. We go about halfway, so we don't draw blood.
Well, that's
so so it's a lot different.
Yeah, that's definitely good. Yeah. Like I said, because me, for not knowing until I did the discoveries on what it actually was, that's what I was imagining as being a tattoo almost.
Yeah.
But for those people who are listening, watching, Darryl just explained it that it is not the same. So the phobia, I'm sure in the consultations you probably heard it a lot.
Yes,
people like, tattoos. Am I going to be bleeding?
That's always one of the first questions. Does it hurt? I've been fortunate to land an apprenticeship at Pushing Ink in Middleborough, and the people that I work with they're amazing, and we've talked and we've built on how their procedures go and how my procedures go, and they're totally different, and it's like I'm blown away by what they do and they're blown away by what I do. So it's just really nice to see, because I used to think it was the same thing too.
Yeah,
I used to think that it was painful, it was this, and then when I got there, I'm like, wow, these are like two totally separate procedures. A lot of people, because it is called a head tattoo, because people know that you use pigments and that you use a tattoo gun. So it's just like in like layman's terms, but yeah, they're actually nothing alike.
That's good. That's good to know. Because like I said, I know I'm not like the only one. I know even you said it. But yeah, that would be my, looking from the outside in, not knowing, that would be the first conclusion that I would draw.
Yeah.
I know for me, I actually got the procedure done myself, and that was one of my questions that I had for the practitioner that did my procedure. It was like, that was one of the things I was thinking. Does it hurt?
Yeah.
And it was like a light scratching. It was really subtle. It wasn't anything what I expected.
Did you get it done before you started doing it? Is that what made you want to do it?
I did.
You stole my question.
Take it deeper.
That's was the next question.
Were you nervous to do it? What were you thinking?
I was so ready for a hair loss solution. I'm a barber, so my years of hair loss have been, I don't want to say worse than anybody else's, but I see great hairlines. I cut hair on the daily, and it's like some of my customers would come in thinking they were having the worst hair day. I'm like, man, you're grateful. You have hair. You look great.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yep, absolutely. And I was just so ready. I had researched it for a few years, and I was intrigued by it. Just the art, just the way it was making people look, and the confidence that it was giving people back. And about 2 years ago, I found a practitioner, and I invested in myself, and very, very happy that I did. But right after, it was like clients of mine at the barber shop, and people were like, like you should get into doing this. They knew that this is always a passion of mine, working with hair and working with people.
Yeah.
And I was like, I started researching classes. I had to travel out of state, and once again, I invested in myself and tried to take it to the next level and try to help more people than I was already helping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the great thing is, um, being in the business, you can give your own, you can relate to it on a personal level, and like I said, you can relate to it, and you can help people understand, and you can use it.
Mhm.
Not only, you can use that old saying.
Yeah. I know.
Not only am I not only am I a client, no, not only am I'm how did that
The
go?
president, I'm a client.
Yeah. I forgot how it went. But yeah, you can use that, and that's a huge selling point.
Yeah.
To say, listen, I've been through it. It helped me, and to the point where I believed in it so much that now I'm doing it
Mhm.
to reach out to other people to help them as well. That would be a huge selling
Yeah.
point for me.
And it looks natural. Like
Yeah.
I'd still like, you have it?
Mhm.
Like it just doesn't.
Yeah,
Look like
it's
it,
just
yeah.
so many people that I tell, family members, friends, and they'll be like right on me, and they're like touching my head. And I'm like, no, it's this is
It's very real.
and it's like it gave me the confidence to even be open about my past hair loss. I would have never taken off my hat and showed people, but I'm confident and I feel comfortable with it. And I feel like other people are too.
Yeah, that's ultimately the end goal is to bring out the confidence, and bring you back so you feel confident enough to go about your daily living and all that stuff, where you don't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
So that's huge. That's huge.
Life has too many stresses and too many things to fill our plate as it is. Never mind.
Okay, so
Yep.
we got it right here.
Yep.
We got it. We fished him out. All right, Kevin Rudolph. He said,
what's up,
"I'm the
Kev?
satisfied customer." Big ups, Kev. Big ups, Kev.
Yeah.
So tell us where, for those people who are out there watching, tell us how they can get in touch with you, and currently where are you working and you doing this procedure?
So I'm still part-time barbering. So I'm still with my team, Made Barbers. They're in New Bedford. I'm apprenticing at Pushing Inc. Middleborough, which now has a Pushing Inc. SMP. That's 155 Center Street in Middleborough. I do have all my social medias at Pushing Inc. Scout Micropigmentation. That's on Facebook. That's also on Instagram. I have all my contacts on there, email, phone number, and all of that. I'm highly reachable, and I work around other people's schedules. I know life is busy, and I know a lot of people work 9 to 5s, Monday through Friday, so I'm available for consultations during the weekend. I take pictures over email, over the phone, so I can consult for some people that might not have time or be a little bit of distance away to make it in for a consultation. So I'm easily accessible. But my team down at Pushing Inc. Middleborough, they're great. I got my buddy Nick over there, 3 great tattoo artists in there. They do walk-in Wednesdays. So, people can come in and talk to me about scalp micropigmentation. They do all kind of great artwork over there, tattoos, everything. So I'm out there for sure.
Nice. It is for the people that are listening that may be on the fence. I think that you should reach out to Daryl.
Yeah.
And he'll do more than take care of you.
Happy to help.
Yeah, it's something. There's always a solution, but the end result is what people are looking for.
Yep.
Is it what I imagine what am I getting it at the end? And a lot of people, some people are nervous in the way of, this might be a scam, or I don't know if it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way you're going to find out is if you take that step. and you reach out to someone like Daryl, um, and go and get the consultation, go and get the do the discoveries before, as well as get the consultation, and then you know finally and actually go through the process.
Mhm.
And you probably, well, more than likely, because I'm looking at his hairline right now and I'm jealous.
I know.
I look at the hairline, I'm
Yeah.
jealous. I'm like, God, yeah, nah, I ain't seen that in a minute.
And this
But-
is low maintenance.
Brian,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it.
I used to
Why
have-
not,
I
Brian?
was,
It's just been so long. You just
yeah,
don't wanna.
I'm just pretty much happy with, just
And that's
pulling
great,
the
man.
Yeah,
pick
that's
out
like good. I'm just
and rolling with, with a fresh baldy.
Yeah.
It is. I wish I was where you're at. Just for, I don't know, just for me, I think it was me being a barber was my
Yeah,
downfall.
because you
Being
see,
around
like you
Working
said
it,
it, you
my whole
yeah,
life.
you
Every
said
day,
it.
yeah.
If I didn't have to, you're clocking in and doing 8 and 10 hours in seeing hairlines, so it's going to set on your mind frame more. But for someone like me, I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna grab the razor and every few days, boom, buzz it. And when I'm done, I feel good.
Yeah.
Like you said, it
I
went
feel
along
good.
with your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Playing basketball,
Yeah.
and, you had that Jordan Mamba mentality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, for me working around here, I was like, I can't be a bald guy. Barbershop, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. So we've got Kevin here saying he was on the fence. I believe I missed my first appointment, but once he got it done, on and popping. Yeah, so we have real people giving their real life experiences, after they've done it, and with positive results. Most importantly,
Yeah.
because like I said, sometimes people they look at it and they're like, but when you see it actually on people and yourself,
Mhm.
most importantly, then it may push the process along for someone to get in there and actually have it done.
I think it's when you do your research, because there is a lot of botched procedures out there. It all depends on having the right practitioner do your procedure.
Yeah.
Because if you research it and you see some of the nightmare stories out there, it'll definitely turn you the other way. But if you're researching it, looking at the right people, and you find an artist and a practitioner that you trust in, it's like, yeah, you want to see the portfolio. You want to
Yeah.
see the portfolio. That gives you a little more confidence to go with a certain
Absolutely.
practitioner. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's definitely a big part of it too. And me, myself, I was at that spot in the beginning where it was like, yeah, I think I would look great with that. But I was like, do I want to do it? Do I, and I juggled back and forth for maybe 6 months. And during that 6 months, the hair loss kept coming. I went from getting the number 2 on top to getting the number 1.5 on top to getting the number 1. And it was like, all right, this game is going to end real soon. I feel the ball coming.
Barbershop Chronicles.
Yeah.
It's funny that you should say that, because, like I said, sitting in the chair, I was like pretty much a mainstay at King's Cuts. Like either every Friday or every Saturday morning, sitting in Darren's chair, sitting in Rob's chair, and then Darren he was very open with me one day. He said, "Bro, you're getting light." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, man." I said, "But don't worry, I'm not gonna be that dude." He goes, "I can see it already." He goes, "You ain't got nothing to worry about now." He goes, "But 9 months to a year it might be a different story." We both laughed about it, and I said, "Listen, I'm not gonna be that dude, because that there's one or maybe even more in every barbershop where everybody's sitting down and you see the dude walking and you're like, stop it."
Leaving with the haircut. That's
Yeah.
first
And
thing.
yeah. And I said, I'm not gonna be that dude, man. I'm not gonna be coming in and say, "Oh, taper, and don't touch the top, or just take a little bit." No, I never wanted to be that dude. So right away, man, me and Gillette, man, I I got into a partnership
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Gillette.
Oh, God.
Me and Gillette, we
Yeah.
got into a serious partnership, and you know, it's been that way since, man. Been probably about 17 years, and you know, that's just how I roll. But it's all to your comfort, like you
Yeah.
said. Not everybody's gonna be comfortable with those laws.
Everybody's path is different.
Yes, and I respect that. I just like, just like everyone's life, everybody's gonna have different things that they do, and you just gotta roll with it. But yeah, for those who are out there, and maybe thinking about it, maybe you just might be going through the hair loss now, and you're embarrassed about it. You don't want to talk about it. Reach out to Daryl, and go to the consultation.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I'm a people person. A lot of people are like, why aren't you just approaching everybody? It's because I don't want to approach people on what they're not confident on. My goal is just to put the information out there so that somebody can grasp it at one point or another. Like you said, it's not for everybody. And there's a whole from the denial to the unsureties to the just people just the unknown. People don't really get into the unknown because it's nervous, especially when it comes to something that's going to be on your head or on your face or something like that. So it's absolutely normal. The goal is just to get the information out there and let people know there's solutions, for your problems.
Yeah, imagine walking up to somebody like, yo, bro, man, that hairline's gone.
Yeah.
I have something for
bro,
you.
that hairline's gone.
For you.
I could do that with my boys or whatever, but you as a barber, you're going to lose money.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It all ties in. But yeah, if you're out there and you want and need more information on the procedures of scalp micropigmentation, reach out to Daryl Adams.
Male and female.
Yes, male and female. And as he said, he's right on a Christian Ave, made barbers.
In Middleborough.
Yes. I do the scalp micropigmentation out of Middleborough.
Out of Middleborough, but you are a barber. He is a barber in Made Barbers, right? Yes. But yeah, reach out to him, and even for a regular cut, reach out to him.
Regular cut.
Come in.
Over at Pushing Ink Scalp Micropigmentation, we also have Jaded Tattoo Company.
I was looking at that. I like that.
Yeah, they supply everything tattoo needs, from cartridges to ink caps to gun wraps. There's a lot of stuff over there. So we're definitely doing big things.
Good stuff.
Yeah. All right. So,
very exciting.
Yes.
Would you ever thought that this would be a thing? Like doing hair 20 years ago started?
No. I mean, right? I've been looking for something like this, but I didn't have confidence in where the trends were going, with how we were talking about the spray-ons and the fibers. I'm like, I was almost called Gillette to get that hair. I need a box, and I gotta stay clean shaven. But no, when this came up, I was like, yeah, this is definitely amazing. It's a game changer.
Yeah. Listen, I feel educated.
Yeah.
I feel educated. Hopefully the listeners out there, you feel the same way. You got some pertinent information that you didn't know at the start of the interview to help you understand, what this procedure entails and what it's all about. But yes, great interview. I liked it. And you two got something common. Y'all both do here.
Yeah. Like to take care of people, right?
Yeah. Just a people person, helping people, man. Feels good.
Yeah, definitely. Before we leave, shout them out again, man. Let them know where you're at, man. Let them know how they can get in touch with you, everything.
I'm at Pushing Ink SMP. That's in Middleborough, 155 Center Street. I'm contactable. I have all my social medias. Pushing Ink Scalp Micropigmentation on Facebook, on Instagram. I have my email contact on there. I have my phone number contact on there. Get at me.
Yeah. We'd like to thank you for coming in today, and like I said, enlightening us on the whole, just the whole, from A to Z on the scalp micropigmentation. a lot of unknown out there, but I'm gonna actually. I got some people that I know that
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna.
not, don't
that
go
I'm gonna-
disrespecting people.
No, I'm not gonna disrespect, but I know some people,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
and be like,
absolutely. Same.
you know, hey, you know, bro, you know, it's time to stop going to barber, man. You need to talk to Daryl.
Mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? Because I got some friends out there. I ain't gonna name no names, but I got some friends out there that are still holding on, and I'll be like, hey, listen, you need to get in touch with Daryl,
No,
man.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's on
Yeah,
their own time.
yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate you guys having me on the show. I appreciate having, you know, the support of all my family and friends and my fiance, my children, and my mom, and that's just what's fueling me. You know, when you invest in yourself and you put your time and effort into yourself, you can't lose. You know,
Exactly,
so.
exactly. But you know, this is what we're here for. WME1 Radio. We're here to help the small businesses, people who are just starting off. We're here to help and to highlight you, spotlight you, and introduce you to our listeners, and let them know that there is alternatives, and to, you know, to support you as well. And it all goes hand in hand because February is Black History Month.
That's it.
So we looking out for you know, for our Black and our brown people here at WMB1 Radio. Well, once again, thank you for coming in. You know, maybe we might have to do a follow-up interview maybe in about another year or so,
Yeah, that'd be
and let
awesome.
you know. You know what the ultimate goal is, man. I want to see a sign with your name on it, with your own, with his own, you know, him starting up his own segment, you know what I'm saying, his own shop, to the point, that's, you know, that's the goal right there. That's the goal right there. We want to see that happen. All right.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you as well.
Yes.
And as always, tune into Mags in the Morning with J9, weekdays Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And before we go, I'm gonna put a plug in, man. We got a comedy show happening this Friday. All right, it all takes place this Friday, February 9th, down at the Wheeler Inn and Suites, 500 Hathaway Road. We had an interview earlier with our host Chris Tabb. It's gonna be a great night. Make sure y'all come on down and support. And most importantly, go to the website because we got less than 60 tickets left. We're close to being
Come
sold.
get some laughs. Laughs.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, laughs are good. That's right. It's good to let that laugh out, right? But yeah, we hope to see you there. We'll be back on.
I think Thursday. Oh, in 21 hours. But
Well, yeah, 21 hours for me. But when is J9?
Thursday.
All right, so we'll see.
Thursday.
J9 will be back in full effect, Mags in the Morning, on Thursday. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you everybody for leaving the comments. And if you have any other comments that you like, please leave it in the all comments in the link below. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you shortly again.
That's nice.
Let's see. That was what I was.
Wow, you guys made that so much better than I thought it was.
I would like to introduce.
Okay, let's go.
Online radio station.
WNB World Radio Broadcasting Live.
24/7. All music genres.
WNB World Radio.
Your urban music link.
What was the Instagram?
The Instagram.
Yeah.
Pushing Ink Scout Micropigmentation. I got a couple cards.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Give me a card.
Thank you.
Yeah,
A
no,
couple more.
it's like I said, it's one of those things, especially when you get